Hey everybody. Alright, so this is lesson 36. It's called literal equations, and I'm going to explain a little bit about why it's called a literal equation. But we're going to compare it, and as you see, this worksheet is split kind of left-right. Compare it with a regular equation and then a literal equation. So a regular equation, if you notice, right, there is most likely one variable. Now, in a literal equation, look at this one. There are no constants at all. So there are multiple variables. Again, imagine the word literal and think about it as like letters, right? You read literature, it has letters in it, right? So a literal equation is going to have multiple variables. But I have to specifically explain and tell you which one to solve for. So this is going to be different, and you'll notice this phrase solve for on each of the ones on this page. But let's start with this one. So notice where x is. This is a regular equation. I have to solve for x. My job is to get x by itself. So I have to get rid of this minus 7, and I'm going to use inverse operations like we've been doing this whole time. Plus 7 on both sides. And I get 15. So the difference is in a regular equation, I will get an answer. And my solution is usually going to be a number. When I solve for x here, I want to get x by itself. I have to move this b, right? Just like I had to move the 7. So I'm going to, again, use inverse operations. If I'm going to move this to the other side of my equal sign, I need to use inverse operations. Now, here's the difference, the big difference. I do not have like terms, and I can only combine like terms only. And since A and B are different letters, they are not considered like terms. So if I do not have like terms, I am just going to rewrite this horizontally, right to left. So this was up and down. I'm going to write it right to left. And guess what? That's all I can do. So this is going to be a little tricky. Again, our solution is not just going to be a number. It may be an expression. So our solution may be an expression. Ooh, an expression. Sorry. There we go. Again, pause the video. We're going to do a few more of these together just because they're so new. I'm going to practice each one of these with you in this video. So copy down all these good notes. Okay, so again, I'm comparing the equation, the regular equation on the left side, with the literal equation on the right side. We're going to use very similar steps in each one. Even though the numbers are going to be slightly different, the steps will be very similar. Again, first thing I do when I look at an equation and I have to solve it is I look at what operations are going on. Do I need to simplify or do anything to it? This is multiplying, so to undo, to get x isolated, I'm going to need to do its inverse operation, which is divide. And I get -3. Again, I have a singular numeric solution. Over here, I'm telling you I have to solve for k, so I have to get k by itself. To get k by itself, I have to see what operations are around it. Here is multiplying, just like here. So to undo the multiplying, I'm going to have to divide. Dividing both sides by the same number to get my k all by itself. Now, do I know what m is? I have no idea. So can I do something in my calculator like m divided by -3? I can't. So guess what? I'm just going to do a rewrite, and that is all I can do. So again, it's a lot of just rewrite. I can only combine if they're like terms. And again, if I'm dividing, those are not like terms. I can't do anything about that. And one final one, if you notice really quickly, this is a two-step equation. There are two operations happening where my variable is, multiplying and subtracting. So I'm going to undo those in order of SAD MEP, getting rid of adding and subtracting first if I can. Right, crossing out. 11 plus 5 makes 16. And then dividing to get rid of that multiplying. So notice we did 2 steps here. Guess what? I'm going to have to do 2 steps here. I want to solve for b. So again, my focus is on b. I'm not focused on this letter over here. All I'm going to do is get everything away from the letter b. So again, draw my line down, get rid of any adding or subtracting first. 2b equals. Now I have to ask myself, are these like terms? Nope. Then just rewrite d plus 9. That's all I can do. Now I'm going to divide, just like I did on the other side. Notice I drew the division bar under everything on this side. Can I divide anything? No. D doesn't divide by 2. 9. I could get a decimal, but I think I'm just going to leave that. And I'm just going to leave it like this. Again, just rewrite. A lot of just rewriting for literal equations. Again, if you got the general gist of this, this is good. We're going to do more practice in class, and we're going to do another lesson on literal, again, just to give you more time to kind of get used to the fact that you're seeing just a lot of letters. All right, see you in class.